Hey YouTube, Kurtis here from the Scope of Science, but you already know that because of my video intro that my friend Alex made. It's new, so you might not have seen it in my previous videos, but my friend Alex took the time to convert this painting into cool effects in 4 seconds, telling what the Scope of Science is about. It's pretty quick, but I think he did a great job, so I want to actually spend some time focusing on it and showing you what it's all about. Now, the concept for the Scope of Science is that it would be a general scope, not a microscope and not a telescope, but a scope that shows us that we are trapped between infinities of the very large in astronomy and the very small in microbiology and atomic physics. Now, that's one aspect of the Scope of Science that I wanted to get across. That's why I chose that name. But I also chose the name because I wanted to be able to talk about anything in the breadth of what we talk about in the philosophy of science or in science communication, anything that fits within the realm of talking about science. Now, I had this great big chat with Alex about this and how I wanted that to be somehow shown in my intro. Now, he came up with a great idea as to how to show that. His idea is to take a chemical compound to represent the very small, to zoom out to a constellation representing the very large, and to zoom out again to show the Scope of Science title, the microscope, and various aspects of science, which I have painted here. It was amazing to watch this guy work, and I'll put a link to his LinkedIn page so that you guys can also use him as a resource and give him money, because he deserves it. He's a killer. I did paint this, but it's not entirely my painting. That is to say, I copied it from a famous painter. This composition is stolen, but I modified it. You see, it's modeled after Vasily Kandinsky's composition number 9. And if you look at it, it looks kind of crazy, but it looks a lot more beautiful to me once I realized what he was painting. He had a thing called synesthesia. People with synesthesia are affected in all kinds of weird ways. Someone might taste colors, or someone like Kandinsky might see music. So composition number 9 was from listening to music and painting what he heard. And he did a lot of these sorts of paintings. I think they're really beautiful, but I thought that it would be kind of fun to put my own spin on it, because when I see the world, I think science. And so I took his painting and I adjusted it to be full of science references, like the normal distribution curve, or Feynman's diagram, or Charles Darwin's, I think, his famous phylogenetic tree. So yeah, I painted this, and even though I'm not the best painter, I do really love the intersect between art and science. And I think that that intersect has a lot of potential to bring people into science. People that might be interested in art and might be interested in geeky things, but might not otherwise have a foot in the door for science. So if you're watching, Alex, thank you. And if you're not Alex, thanks for watching anyway.